Weekly update for Friday, March 30th, and a lot of ground to cover here. So first of all, major brownie points, major brownie points for Diamond Comic Distributors for making the Cerebus trade paperbacks go from not viable to viable. Just that quick. They placed their order for the remastered Minds. This is not a copy of the remastered Minds. This is a copy of Minds. And ordered enough copies so that we are able to keep the cover price at $20. One of the questions that I had for them is, what kind of a cover price can you live with? Because if you're talking about taking 1,000 copies and that I just break even at that, then I can't really justify doing the books. But the cover price, there's got to be some flexibility on that. So yes, if you find yourself, excuse me, in the next, in the next couple of months buying your copy of the remastered Minds, and at the same cover price of $20 instead of $30 or $40 or $50, it's like, hey, you tell me what's the new cover price on Cerebus trade paperbacks. The next time somebody says something nasty about Diamond Comic Distributors in front of you, you just say, hey, enough of that, because of them, I'm able to get the remastered Minds Volume 10 for the same $20 cover price. Going to press even as we speak, or possibly early next week, but it shouldn't be long now. Very possibly coming to comic stores near you at the same time as the next Cerebus in Hell #1. What's the next thing that we got here? The next thing that we've got here is Menachem Lukens at Escape Pod Comics sending along Cloisonne pin celebrating the 5th anniversary of Escape Pod Comics. Dave, sorry I've been so out of touch this last year. The market is really shifting. Hey, tell me about it. And keeping me on my toes. Thank God the shifts are similar to what I thought would happen, so I haven't drowned yet, which is getting to be the watchword, I think, everywhere in our society. I haven't drowned yet. And that's also thank G-D. Menachem's an Orthodox Jew. I made these for the store's 5th anniversary, and I wanted you and Sandeep to have one. Thank you for all you've done for me in comics and all the inspiration. Menachem Lukens, retailer, 5 years. Very hard to believe that it was 5 years ago that I said to Menachem, don't do it. Don't become a retailer. Our society needs Orthodox Jewish school teachers, which is what Menachem was, a lot more than we need comic store owners. Hey, don't shoot the messenger. But I really believe that that's true. But I wasn't able to talk him into it. So Orthodox Judaism's loss is the comic book field's gain. Escape Pod Comics, our source for Cerebus trade paperbacks. If you can't get them anywhere else, nobody else will order them for you. Just type in Escape Pod Comics, Huntington Beach, New York, and they will get you any Cerebus trade paperback that you're looking for. Okay, what else have we got here? Oh, Roarin' Rick's Rarebit Fiends. It lives. It's issue number 23, and it's thick. Cover price $6.95 for 64 pages, which is quite a good deal. I have no idea why Rick is sending these to me, but as long as he sends me his comic books, I'll send comic books back to him. Obviously Rick didn't get the memo that Dave Sim is not to be contacted or touched or fiddled with in any way. One of the interesting things among many interesting things in Rarebit Fiends number 23 is the addition of Little Omens, which is a letters page that definitely rivals the old Cerebus Aardvark comment letters page, with cartoonists giving Rick their dreams, either writing them out or actually doing drawings from the dreams. We've got Neil Gaiman himself in here. Neil Gaiman is, if you've ever wondered what Neil Gaiman dreams about, well, here's a dream that you can definitely tap into just by buying a copy of Rarebit Fiends number 23. Steve Bissett has a good half-dozen dreams in here. Charles Brownstein, former Comic Book Legal Defense Fund executive director, has got dreams in here. Dream Computers and Dream Logic by Alexander Zograf. Again, cartoonists drawing their dreams so that you can see what they look like. John Toddleben, Tom Yeats has got a dream in here. Particularly good one from Dennis Kitchen, Kitchen St. Press, and Comic Book Legal Defense Fund, and Tundra, and various other places in the comic book field. So he's got a description of his dream and an illustration of it. Definitely like something out of Dr. Seuss. So ordering it, I think if you type in Sun Comics, that'll take you directly to a website where you will be able to order Rarebit Fiends, Max Immortal, the Spotted Tree, Rick's various projects that he's been working on, and priced for even people who can't afford comics to get comics, $6.95 for 64 pages. And Rick writes in the front, "To Dave, Little Omens needs you." Well, I'm kind of busy right now trying to get back to Strange Death of Alex Raymond. This is one of the last things that I have to do before I am able to start producing, mocking up new pages for Carson Grubaugh to draw, and that's one of the reasons that I'm talking so quickly. But at some point I will send Rick a letter talking about my dreams, which are not particularly interesting. And that brings us to our auction item for this week, which is Iron Manticore #1, and not to be confused with Tales of Sophistication #1, featuring Manticore, a natural mistake to make. But this is actually Iron Manticore #1, and a parody of the Iron Man series when Iron Man was a drunk. So having a lot of fun with that. And yep, this is the first 7 pages of the Iron Manticore, and also including 2 strips at the end that do include Cerebus, where he is hosting Ophidian Razor Wire Hog Tying Finals on Ophidian Sportsnet 2. Ophidian, of course, is the politically correct term for a snake. You don't call them snakes anymore, you call them Ophidians. So yes, the NCAA Ophidian Razor Wire Hog Tying Finals on Ophidian Sportsnet 2. The Ophidians just love their blood sports, and Cerebus is keeping himself alive by coming up with bloodier and bloodier and bloodier sports on Ophidian Sportsnet 2. So those last two strips, Ophidian Razor Wire Hog Tying Finals, are sponsored by Bolshevflix. So sounds like what it is. Getting a little dig in at Netflix. And as with all of the other auctions, you get all of the little bits and pieces that went into pasting up the first 7 Iron Manticore #1 strips, and that is all included in a magazine plastic bag with a magazine backing board. Neat, concise, and we've got more people bidding on the original art for Cerebus in Hell #1s that everybody else won't be reading until 2019, the end of 2019 at the earliest. And one last thing, Chris Warner, I sent a letter to your Clovis, New Mexico address, and it came back, return to sender, attempted, not known, unable to forward. So Chris W., if you can let me know where you are now, or as has been the case the last couple of times this has happened around here, yeah, I'm still there. I don't know what the post office is talking about. I will put this in a new envelope, put a new stamp on it, and get it out to you. Okay, like I say, talking real fast because I really want to get to Strange Death of Alex Raymond for the first time in a little over 3 years. And thanks everyone for supporting our auctions while they've been going on and being so generous with your winning bids. I hope we'll see a bunch of you next week for the weekly update for April 6th.